Hey, what's up, folks? My name is Peter, and I am an independent web developer, and also I have an interest in sports betting, particularly soccer or football. And yeah, about a year and a half ago, I created a sports bet tracker after outgrowing my spreadsheet, which I used to create to collect data in all my sports betting activities. So I'm going to create a series of videos to give you an tutorials on how to use the bet tracker and things like that. So anyway, let's just jump right into it. Let's go straight into the website and log in. In this video, I'm just going to show you an overview of the website. Okay. All right. So once you've logged in, basically the sections of the website at the moment are events, which you can look at different events by country. The website's currently sitting on a server which is quite slow. As you can see, I'm going to be moving the website to another dedicated server. But nevertheless, I've just brought up English Premier League current season. Brings up the table. This is actually this was just introduced into the website this week actually. So also you can scroll down and look at all the fixtures for the past that have resulted, and you can keep scrolling. Anyway, yeah, this is what's on this page. You can also do head to head, so you can say difference head to head between Arsenal at home and say Manchester United away, and it gives you another table, a chart, and another table which gives you head to head. So this chart gives you points for Arsenal and Manchester United over time, and you can see currently Arsenal sitting at 24 points and Manchester's at 15. Also, this gives you an accumulating table of Arsenal playing at home, and I mean all the matches where Arsenal played at home and all the matches where Manchester United played away, and it gives you an accumulating total and also all the results and things. So for example, this is total games played by Arsenal at home, total wins, total draws, and total losses, and also the win percentage, the draw percentage, and loss percentage at home, and the odds, which is basically an inverse of the win, draw, and lose statistic, respectively, and also the points earned at home. And then on the flip side, you've got Manchester United. So Manchester first game was between against Sunderland, and they drew that match at 1-1, and so Manchester United received 1 point at home, and so on and so on. So you can sort of see the progression, and basically this this chart here gets its data from this table. Alright, so let's jump onto the fixtures page. The fixtures page is where you can see current fixtures that are either in play now, pending. It's got filters here, so look, as you can see, there's lots of fixtures, lots of games on today. In Australia right now, it's 10:45 a.m. on the 7th of February. So these are the current matches that are currently playing, and I can filter them by using this section here. This is Australia A-League. They're scheduled to play later on today at 5 p.m. and so on. And there's Bundesliga, Germany, France. Anyway, yep. And also within this fixtures section, you can click on the respective little buttons here to show you this little button. Looks like a paw. It brings up the markets. So win, draw, win markets. If I want to place a bet on Dijon at home, click on this. I'll type in the odds, select which bookie, and I'll give you more of an in-depth tutorial on what these do. But basically, that's how you place a bet into the bet tracker. You've got double chance, both team to score, over and under, draw no bet, win draw, win half time market, and Asian handicap. It's all a bit of a jumble here, but it's currently in development. Anyway, so let's say you finished selecting a market and you want to look at adding a comment. So you're just interested in adding a comment. You might just say whatever, blah blah, testing. Keep an eye out for Dijon. So this is just a general comment you can post, and then it arrives here, and other people can reply to it. I can edit the post if I want to. Yeah, nothing fancy. It's just a simple standard commenting system. But this comment is related to this match. So if I wanted to make a comment for this match, then I can click on this and make a comment on that, and so on and so on. These are the two things that you'd have access to. What if you have made a selection for this particular match, then this star will be highlighted, which tells you that you have a bet pending for this particular match. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I selected Newcastle. These were my picks for yesterday. In fact, let's just jump in the selection board. And in the selection board, you can see matches that I have added by way of either a bet or just I've picked as a selection to consider adding as a bet. So think of a selection board as your shopping cart. You haven't actually, you may not have put these selections through as a bet as yet. You're just considering them. You're putting them through as a a pick list, and then once you're happy with your selection, you can actually go through and click this and put it through, save it as a bet, provided you've done that with the bookie as well. At the moment, you can't push bets from this website into your bookie. It is possible, but I haven't coded that just yet. So selection board basically is to let you pick your selections to this list and then analyze them. Have a look at them and say, okay, maybe I won't add this. I won't place a bet on this one. Simulator let's say for instance one of my past whoops, I gotta fill this stuff. 500 for stake, $5 staking plan. Okay, so basically a simulator is it takes past performance, and you can place different staking plans and variables, and you can look at what the outcome would have been if you decided to choose a different staking plan or different strategy. I'll go more into depth in a different video, tutorial video. But in a nutshell, it gives you all the statistics here. The total starting bank was 500, so total stake over the period, over all these bets, was 850 based on $5 stakes, and so the returns was 766, which is actually a deficit of 83. That amount. Average profit, win rate 39%, which is not good. You want a higher win rate to be profitable, and so on. Anyway, there's a bet count. You got 170 bets, 89 loss. So this is a simulator based on one of my past performance. And label is basically, you can assign a label to or think of it as a bucket. So you can say, I want to assign all these bets to this label or this bucket. And it helps you categorize your bets so that you can test out various systems or strategies and then analyze them at a later time. The bet tracker is it lets you. This is the main section of the bet tracker. Let's look at this one again, CSI. So this is a label I created for a particular strategy. Click go, and it tells me based on my label, and I've staked a total of this much, returned this much, or had a negative profit, well, a deficit, and draws up a little graph of, in this case, what was my stake. So you can see I staked $10 per bet, 10-10. Went $15 for a while, then I dropped. And here is another graph of what my balance was. As you can see, my balance was up at the start, and then it kind of broke even. Then it went down and came back up, and then went downhill. And then below that, it's got some other charts, pie chart, and what's this thing? A bar chart, and then a table of bets, and that's pretty much it. And the other section is the profile, your user profile. Here you can see my name, blah blah blah. You can create different banks. So basically, I've got an account with Skrill, and my buffer is like my my offline money that I've budgeted towards my betting. So it tells me here in total I've got in my buffer and in my Skrill account I've got $87.29. And here we have a list of all the bookies, and gives you, I can enter my username. This is just a dummy. You can add a real username if you want. You don't even, you can add a fake username, whatever. Activity, whether or not this account is active, which these are all active. And it gives me an overall overall standing of each bookie. So in total, I've staked 237 with Bet365, Pinnacle this much, and how much I've returned for each, and how much I've profited or lost. How much transfers is something else. It's transferring between between your bookie and your bank account, and the current balance at each bookie. So yeah, and if you want to see more details, you can actually click on, say, Marathon Bet, and here I can see more detailed transaction history. I can see I first deposited this much on this date, and then I topped it up with another 30, and then this is a bet that resulted in a win. And yeah, these are all bets that I've made under my Marathon Bet account. And yeah, it's pretty basic there. I'll just go back to the main screen. And here we've got the labels that I mentioned earlier on. This is so that you can categorize your betting into different labels, so that you can track each strategy or each label's performance. And as you can see, I've created various labels from 2014. This will give you an overview again of how much I did stake. So I staked 500 here. I returned this much. There's a loss here. So basically, all my things, all my labels resulted in some kind of loss. But I can see that. I can actually visibly see that. And so if you were to ask me how am I doing, I can tell you, well, let me take a look and I'll tell you. So that's pretty much it. This is as I said, it's a very brief overview. I wanted to actually jump in detail, but that's coming soon in the next video. The next video will be to walk you through how to set up your account so that you have access to these sections, because if when you create a new account, you won't have access to the events or the fixtures or the bet tracker or the selection board unless you have at least one bank defined and at least one bookie defined, because it's important for you. That becomes important. It'll make sense. And in fact, you don't even have to create a real bookie. It's just for the sake of the logic for the back end of the website. And that's it, pretty much. If you're interested in this system's in an alpha stage at the moment. So if you're interested in taking part in the alpha release, then hit me up on Reddit. I'll post the details in the description below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to log out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.